Okay, so let's take a look at 59. It gives us this information that k of x equals f over g of x. Now, I don't know if you guys know this notation, but this is basically the same thing as saying f of x over g of x. I can't remember if you guys do this in grade 11, but I think it is grade 11 when you would have done that function notation stuff. So you may have forgotten, but that's what the notation means. You're dividing those two functions. And then it wants us to find k prime of 0, so the derivative of k at 0. So if we want to take the derivative of k, that's going to be the derivative of this thing here. So what should come to mind is that you're going to need quotient rule, which will be the derivative of the top times the bottom minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, and all over the top squared. Sorry. Like that. Okay, so we have all I did was apply the quotient rule. And now I have to look up those values at 0. K prime of 0 is going to be f prime of 0 times g of 0, f of 0 times g prime of 0, all divided by g of 0 squared. And the table that I have of values, it's a little bit further above your question. You can see on the page. It tells me these numbers. So for example, f prime of 0, that's given to me as 1. Hands up, can I just see you're able to interpret that in the table? You can find that f prime of 0 is 1. Do I need to explain how to do that? Hands up if you don't know how to find f prime of 0. Hands up if you don't know how to find f prime of 0. Okay, those of you, there's only a couple, you can ask me about it later, but basically the x column on the far left there, I find 0, and then I move along until I hit f prime. So I got 1 times g of 0, which is going to be 5, minus f of 0, which is 2, and g prime of 0, which is negative 4, divided by g of 0 squared, which is 5 squared. So this will be 5 plus 8 divided by 25, which gives me 13 out of 25, which is C.